Where better to start our 3-day visit to the Spring Gala of the West Somerset Railway in 2017 than one of our favourite locations, running into Williton from the Bishop's Lydeard direction. And the first locomotive we shall see pulling her train is 78018, standard class 2 loco, which in her day was shedded at Kirkby Stephen. However, today, some 60 odd years since she was built in Derby, she's pulling her little 4-coach train in fine style. Actually, she was rostered quite frequently during the gala, and so there will be plenty of opportunities to see her on this film during the next hour. Enjoy it. We move on now to Williton Station, just in time to catch the departure of ex-GWR loco 5199. The Class 2 standard engine we saw a short while ago will already have passed through the station. 5199 is now departing for Bishop's Lydeard. We now move on further down the line in the Minehead direction to Washford station, where, rather appropriately, we see loco 53808, the ex-Somerset and Dorset 7F class loco. Washford station is the headquarters of the Somerset and Dorset Railway Trust. They have their workshop there and several small industrial engines. 53808 was refurbished last year and is in really splendid order. There's some delay before she's able to make her departure, which gives us a greater opportunity to have a look at this splendid restoration. But finally, the driver takes his signal and she's away towards Bishop's Lydeard. The next train to arrive at this splendid little station, where the platform is a lawn, is the first loco that we saw on this little film, 78018, the standard class 2, and she makes easy work there of the bank under the arch and into the station. With the advantage of personal transport, I made post haste along the line towards Williton station, and we shall see 78018 again arriving from the right into the station, where she will cross with the down train, which is already there waiting. Williton is one of 3 crossing places on the line, the other 2 being Blue Anchor, which is in the Minehead direction, and Crocombe Heathfield, which is back towards Bishop's Lydeard. For operational reasons, the two locomotives will change trains. 78018 will be detached from her train and go up the line in the Bishop Lydiard direction and then reverse back onto the train which is there on the left, and the engine pulling that train will do precisely the same and take 78018's original train back to Minehead, hence all the people on the platform changing trains. Perhaps I should explain the intruder on the top right of my film. The furry intruder is in fact the muff from my microphone, which was in a position where it could be picked up in close focus pictures. I hadn't realised it and didn't notice it through the viewfinder, and I trust it doesn't spoil your enjoyment of the film. Well, that brings our little précis of the day's events to a close, and we'll prepare ourselves for our early morning visit to Bishop's Lydiard on day 2. And a slightly damp morning it is too, as GWR Loco 5199 runs down the line from the shed and prepares to join her train there on the right. The first visit of the day to Williton. And here we see a loco that we've not seen before during this gala, Loco 1501, which is a GWR engine. These were introduced quite late on really, in 1949, a class of 10 of them, designed by engineer Hawksworth for the GWR. Very powerful engine, weighing what, 58 tons apparently, and very efficient in heavy duty shunting. Here she's pulling her train away from Williton station in the direction of Bishop's Lydeard, and very smart she looks too. 1501 will have crossed with Raveningham Hall at Crocombe Heathfield, and Raveningham Hall now arrives with her train, which is the marquee train really for the line during this gala, the Quantock Bell, the dining train operated by the West Somerset Railway and the West Somerset Railway Association. Very popular fleet of coaches it is, and very well turned out, and she runs smoothly into the station. As Raveningham Hall settles herself into the down platform with her train, we see the arrival of another famous named train. Famous, that is, on the Somerset and Dorset, and further north on the Midland Line. This is the Pines Express, headed by two Class 4F engines, 43924, which is the earlier 1911 design by Fowler, and Treble 422, which was introduced in 1924. There was a significant number of these locomotives, 580 in the class, which included Treble 422, and she will take the train on to Bishop's Lydeard. My old friend John Byfield, who I've known for over 70 years. We were at infant school together, shepherds, a couple of passengers across the level crossing before the Pines Express leaves in the Lydiard direction. Actually, the hall takes her train, the Quantock Bell, out of the station towards Minehead, ahead of the departure of the Pines Express, and she makes a fine spectacle as she sends steam into the Somerset sky. We move swiftly down the line now to Washford station, just in time to see the little Somerset Dorset Railway Trust packet with their shunting display and 5199 on the main service train from Minehead to Bishop's Lydiard. We've looked at 5199 previously during this film. And the driver and the fireman wait the signalman's direction, and they too will be on their way. The packet will return to her waiting and watching brief. The little Peckett was restored at Williton in the works there by a young man who works there normally, and he did this in his spare time, I guess, and he's made a splendid job. The train running in to Washford from Bishop's Lydeard now is drawn by a standard class 4 engine, number 76017. This class was introduced in 1953, and 76017 spent at least some of her life shedded in the southern shed at Eastleigh near Southampton. But here she is doing good service during our gala here on the West Somerset. I notice actually as she gets closer that she's carrying the shed plate 72B, which is the southern shed in Salisbury, so she clearly spent some time there as well as at Eastleigh. Another splendid vantage point with views of the line, of the Bristol Channel and of the hill above Minehead is this location just beyond Washford station, where we can look across at the Minehead headland, and then as we pan round we can see the Blackdown Hills between here and Taunton, and of course behind us we have the Quantocks. It's a spectacular location, and the engines coming up the hill from Minehead are working quite hard, and that's what we're waiting for at the moment, the next train from Minehead towards Bishop's Lydeard. Raveningham Hall brings the Quantock Bell train back up the line in fine style. back beyond Williton and nearly caught on the hop, because now we see another double header. This time it's 43924, the 4F coupled to the S&D Loco 53808, the Class 7F engine. And that little cameo completes our filming for the second of our visits. We should be back tomorrow. Well, we start the third and last of our visits to the Gala this year at Bishop Lydiard Station for the first train of the day, and this time it's the standard class 2 engine 78018 with which we started this little film, so that's rather appropriate. She sits there waiting for her duties of the day to commence.
Which is standing in for the non-availability for regular traffic at the moment of our home Loco 53809.
Coming off shed now in preparation for the next train from Bishop Lydiard is the 4F pairing 43924 and 44422 that we've seen earlier in the film. Rather than waiting for the 4Fs to depart Lydiard Station, I nipped quickly down the line, or down the road parallel to the line, to another of our favourite locations approaching Williton, and here we see the Standard Class 2 78018 strutting her stuff across this stretch of line. And now we've managed to sort of catch up with the proceedings for the day, and we've arrived at Williton Station, where we see the 4F combination of 43924 and 44422 drifting round the curve and under the road bridge into the station approach, using the new track formation which was laid last year, extending the double track under the bridge. As we've seen frequently at Williton, with our view from the overbridge, we see the down train waiting for the arrival of the train from Minehead. This time it's a bunker first arrival with the Somerset and Dorset engine 53808, which has worked hard during this gala. Well, that brief period of locomotive arrivals and departures, we see the 4F set, the pairing of 43924 and 44422, leave in the Minehead direction. And we're then going to venture into the shed there. I think it's called the Swindon shed, where the restoration work that takes place at Williton is indeed taking place there at the moment. I'm now positioned on the superstructure of Auto Coach number 169, GWR Auto Coach 169, which is being ground up, restored using oak and the skills of the workmen here. And there's a little sample of the end of a seating bench which has been manufactured here in its entirety. We also have a brief view of XGWR Loco 6695, which is undergoing a ground-up restoration before it too re-enters revenue earning service. Whilst we've been enjoying ourselves in the engine restoration facility, John Parsons, the acting station master at Williton, has been waiting the arrival of Raveningham Hall with her train, the dining car set that we've seen several times, although she's not carrying the Quantock Bell headboard, you'll notice. GWR engines in close proximity are classic beasts, with their abundance of polished brasswork, green paintwork, and of course the copper-capped chimney, which is very much a feature of the express engines of that company. The last arrival that we shall witness at Williton this afternoon is the standard class 2 engine again, 78018. Well, we're not quite finished for the day. We're back again at Washford, where we see the little Peckett on duty there, punting up and down, and arriving on the right hand side in a moment will be the standard class 4, 76017, as she takes her train from Bishop's Lydiard back down the line to Minehead. And here she comes. Unfortunately, a member of the observation corps decides to walk straight towards my camera and take much of the view. when I composed that little piece, I'd clean forgotten that it was actually a double header, this train, and 53809, the sister engine to the S&D Locomotive Trust's 53808, is the backup engine in this pairing. And off they go towards Minehead. The fun of train spotting is that if you hang around long enough, something always comes along. And that's true on these preserved lines and galas, as it was all those years ago on the main line to South Wales. And here comes Raveningham Hall again with an up train to Bishop's Lydeard. To conclude our film record of these 3 splendid days at the Gala, I moved up the line the other side of Williton to one of my favourite locations, expecting to see Raveningham Hall arriving from the left, and lo and behold, what we see first of all is 78018 arriving from the right, and here she comes. So there we are. We'll allow Raveningham Hall to disappear into the distance and write the postscript to this little film. Thank you for watching.